Hey guys, how's it going? We are back and welcome to episode 16 of my Ironman adventure. Now before we get into this video, I'd just like to remind you to smash that like button because I've gone through an awful lot to bring this episode to you. This is actually the 4th or 5th time that I've had to try to do this commentary. For some reason Camtasia or my microphone or something really did not like it, so let's smash those likes. As you saw in the background there, we actually started this episode doing something we haven't done before. And that's farming. The reason I wanted to do farming is because you need 25 farming for the Garden of Tranquility quest. And as far as I'm concerned, you need to complete that quest in order to do Fairy Tale Part 1, and Fairy Tale Part 1 can be used to get the magic secateurs. Now, seeing as I am going to be training Herblore at some point or another, I will do Druidic Ritual sooner than later, hopefully. I'm going to need herbs, and herbs will be obtained largely through farming. And using the magic secateurs while farming will obviously yield me some more herbs, so they're definitely a useful item, especially for an Ironman. Now, as you saw there, I actually did complete the Priest in Peril quest, thus unlocking Mauritania and eventually Barrows. We're obviously not going to be doing Barrows for at least a little while until I get something better than Rune Armor. But yeah, we have unlocked that region of the world. That's something that is a bit of a milestone, and right there we completed the Fremennik Trials. Now, the reason I did the Fremennik Trials is because in the last episode we talked about upgrading armor. And as I just said a second ago, I do want to work on upgrading my armor as I still am on Rune. The first thing I really wanted to go for was the helmet, because I figured that'd be probably the easiest and cheapest thing to get. That said, the Berserker helm, which is what I really want over anything else in terms of helmets, is 78,000 coins, so it's going to be quite a grind to get that. But I am going to be attempting to do the best way to make money at my level as an Ironman, and if you aren't aware of what that is fletching. Now, fletching is good because you get a ton of stuff, and the way you make the money is by alching it, using high-level alchemy. As you're going to see later in this video, after I do get 44 rune crafting right here and unlock nature runes, which are obviously essential for rune crafting, that took about 8 hours, by the way, it was unbearable. But yeah, you're going to see later that I did alch some oak longbows unstrung that I had obviously fletched myself. The problem with that is I only get 60 GP per alch of the oak longbows, so I eventually decided that I was going to wait until I have better stuff to alch. Now this means I'm probably going to be waiting until I get maple shortbows unstrung, which I believe require 45 or 50 fletching, I'm not too sure. They require one or the other regardless. And they give 120 GP each. So obviously the grind to getting cash is going to be a little bit slower because I'm obviously going to have to get those levels together. But once I do reach that point, the nature runes will be a lot more well spent, because it is kind of difficult and kind of tedious for me to go craft them even in the abyss. And as you can see, we are back to fishing lobsters, something that seems to happen in every video that I do because I am always running out of food. I should probably just put together a large stack sooner rather than later, but you know, it's whatever. And then we do come back, and this is our first run at a herb patch, hoping to harvest something, and as you can see, everything is dead. And this is a recurring theme. I'm not going to be showing all the farm runs in the future. I'm just going to be showing like levels and whatnot. But as you can see, it hasn't been going great for me, and that hasn't actually changed since this video. I'm now on about level 5 farming, and I'm still pretty much killing everything. Which is, you know, whatever. I'm not using compost yet. I've started using, well, try to use compost a little bit, and I'm obviously not coming back to water them in between growth cycles, but still, I was hoping for a little bit better. But I did not immediately give up on my farming exploits. I did actually teleport to my patch in Ardoyne after depositing some compost because I figured that would probably help me a little bit. So I run up to that farming patch and I'm hoping that something has survived, and would you believe it, we do have some potatoes that have actually lived. Now, obviously food, and especially high level food, is rather hard to come by as an Ironman, especially with the stats that I have, but I'm pretty sure you can make some pretty good food out of potatoes. I know tuna potatoes are often talked about a lot, but I don't actually know what that entails. So the comments I want to see on this episode pertain to potatoes. What should I use the potatoes for? Because I definitely don't want to just like leave them sitting in the bag. I don't want to waste them. Should I use them as compost? Should I use them as ingredients for food? Or I don't know. Just tell me what I should do with these potatoes that I'm going to be getting for quite some time, because I haven't unlocked any other food so far. I did go back to do some Slayer though. That was a very brief clip of me getting like 30 Slayer or something like that, and that was a Lizard task, which is something I've never had before even on my main, and then I got a Rock Slug task. Now, I decided to keep all of the Dwarven Brews or whatever they're called because they give a buff to mining. I don't actually know what I would use that for, but if I get up to like level, I don't know, 84 mining or whatever it is, and I can almost mine Rune, I think it might be worth it to do that and then just alch the Rune ore, because that'd definitely be a good source of income. The task though was pretty easy, and then I got an Ice Giant task, and oh boy. At my level, this was about impossible in the, I believe it's Port Sarim dungeon is what it would be called. So eventually I came to White Wolf Mountain, or whatever this one is called. I always mix up Ice Mountain and White Wolf Mountain. I think this one's White Wolf though. But I did find a safe spot, and I did manage to complete my task while hitting 55 magic and unlocking high level alchemy. As you can see, I was a bit AFK because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, we managed to get that done, and as you can see here, on a 2000% speed up, I did manage to waste all of my nature runes alching. I got about 10k from it. So considering these are about 60k per alch, once I get to the maple short bows, I'll be getting pretty much double the money. So for the same amount of runes, instead of 10k, I'll be getting 20k, and you can apply that to just about anything. Now just really quickly, I want to lay some math on you. So I do 25 nature runes per run into the abyss, because I obviously have to have 3 runes for my teleport back. So that is 25 casts of high alchemy times 120, which is the GP that I get per bow. So on each inventory that I run, I'm going to be getting 3,000 coins, which sounds like amazing money to me, because it takes me about less than 5 minutes to do a full run and to get that many maples together. Or I imagine once I get to maples at least. But yeah, that seems like a pretty good source of income, at least to me. And as you can see here, I am doing something I probably should have done quite a long time ago, getting the Slayer and Hunter XP from the museum. And actually, I didn't do it for the XP, I did it for the kudos. Now, if you aren't aware, you need 50 kudos to complete the easy Varrock Diary, and I was kind of looking at it, and if you get the medium Varrock Diary done, you can use the Varrock Armor to teleport to the Grand Exchange, rather than the Varrock Town Center with the Varrock Teleport. And that'd be really useful for Abyss teleporting, because it's a lot closer, obviously. Unfortunately, I can't complete all the other requirements, but, you know, it was at least good to get all this stuff done anyways, so in the future, once I decide to go for the medium armor, it is a lot easier to obtain. And we did manage to get 9 Hunter from it, and an additional prayer level, so that's pretty cool. Now, this is something that is a first for this series, and I'm very excited to show it to you guys. We got a clue scroll. It's an easy clue scroll, so the reward probably won't be very good. But what do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? It's coming. It's coming. What do you think it's going to be? It actually was a pretty decent reward. I was surprised. It might not look decent to start with. We get a black longsword, a black hatchet, and I believe that's a maple shortbow. It's a maple or a willow shortbow. Either way, I just alched it. But that's good because the black hatchet is actually the best hatchet I can use now, so we actually got an upgrade. Anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you're excited for episode 17, make sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys later.